She's perfect for the halftime show.
Hello, everybody. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Ice cream, probably, Barney. All right. That's what I wanted to hear. Awesome. We got 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Hello, everybody. Doug is in the house. Carol's in the house. Hello, everyone. Holly, hello, everyone. Good to have you. Barney, hello, Doug, Carol, and Holly. Hello, Doug, says Carol. Miss Barney, I was starting to feel lonely here, laughing out loud. Carol, laughing out loud. Barney, sorry, I was cooking. All right, all right. We will start here in a couple minutes. We will start here in a couple of minutes, everybody. Carol, yes, loud and clear. Kentucky girl, hello. Welcome in, Kentucky girl. Good to have you. Jim, hello. Dee and chat. Awesome. Ice cream. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Barney was eating was ice cream. Carol, hello, Kentucky girl. Jim, Miss Barney. Doug finally was able to get an email to go through to you, Devil Dog. Awesome. I'm glad. I am glad. Let me make sure I have it just to make sure. Yep, I got it, Doug. I do got it. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. Awesome.
I don't really think people would.
Thank you very much, Doug. Appreciate that. Good deal.
I feel like the FIFA is just like it truly brings like the World Cup really brings people together.
Sounds good. You got it, Marianne. Got that information.
I never hear the Olympics and this like
All right. Good deal. We can go ahead, I guess, and we can go ahead and start. CB, welcome in, CB. Good to have you. AJ, good afternoon, DD. Welcome in. Gene, Shannon, somebody say ice cream. Barney is with the ice cream. David now is in the house. Hi, Ohio here. Welcome in. Welcome in. Another Ohioan. Jam, Doug in the house. Thank you for those photos. No, I appreciate that. Appreciate any information anybody sends me. L, Doug, and Chad. Welcome in, L. All right, all right. Bible's in the house. Good to have you, Bible. Big hairy dude is not in any of the other pictures. That was the guy that we were saying was very, yeah, I see that. Maybe he was the uncle. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it if he was the uncle, Doug, or some relation, or maybe the supplier. Who knows? All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. So the topic, Hamden, Ohio, the 16, Nolan Funeral, and Nancy. We're also going to probably touch on a little bit of Alina Moore from South Carolina. We'll touch what we can, and then we'll just go on from there. But it's going to be an open chat. But let's get started. Good to have everybody. Appreciate you all. All right, all right.
The shit. It just was
So
a
the
bear.
first thing I want to talk about is let's just give some due respect to Nolan because his mom did the. Did you guys watch the funeral by any chance? Did any of you guys watch the funeral? I'm going to go ahead and bring up this one. Share, and I think I can do this on my own. This is what she had to say at the funeral for Nolan, everybody.
but also to his friends and everyone in the community whose lives he touched. We will miss everything about him, from his quiet nature to the corny jokes, his gentle smile, the way he made everyone around him feel comfortable, loved, and at ease. Your absence has left an emptiness that can never truly be filled.
Amen,
A piece
Tusi.
of our hearts will always be missing.
I want to start off by saying how proud I am of you, my son. You grew up to be a very young man that everyone enjoyed to be around. The constant lectures from me about having character, self respect, self discipline, and perseverance really hit home with you at an early age. You were not just making a name for yourself on the football field, the basketball court, and the baseball diamond, but
Kentucky
you were
says
also
hi, everyone.
laying the groundwork for your little brother Elmore. I nicknamed you Mr. Cool Hands because it seemed like you was catching a touchdown every game.
Mm,
You wanted to be the best,
mm.
so I poured all my knowledge into you.
We thank you, Lord, for the beautiful 18 years that you blessed us with him. Thank you for the joy he brought not only to our family, but also to his friends and everyone in the community whose lives he touched.
All right, everybody. I wanted to show that because you can see the heart warming in the mom in Wansley, Miss Wansley, and you can see the dad, how painful that really is. And not that anybody didn't really know that it was painful, but just the idea to see the emotions of what's going on. Now, I don't know if you guys seen the watch the actual service or whatnot. I went ahead and right after we got offline, I went ahead and watched it. And I tell you what, it was actually a very good message. For a better lack of words, Al Sharpton did a good job with the message, and just everything seemed to fall in play. And it was very enjoyable to see how people were receiving them. Josiah, good evening, Devil Dog. Crazy world out there here. Unnecessary tragedies needs to stop. Well said, Josiah. Welcome in. And that is very true. I mean, just the idea of how the whole service was to me spot on. You know, it was very well done, very well said. The people were very respectful. The friends, the ones who showed up, they acknowledged. And it was just a very heartwarming. You could see, like I said, the passion and the impact that this young man, 18 years old, Nolan Xavier Wells, how he displayed and how his family looked at him as the older sibling, how they looked at him, how they really put a lot into that young man, showing him exactly how to be that honorable young man. And he really was. According to everybody, they loved him. They liked everything about him. And he was just very, very, very well spoken. The man was just amazing, just truly amazing. So I wanted to go ahead and just play that for the ones who didn't have the opportunity to see it. So that way, uh, you guys could go ahead and at least, like myself, I really, truly, once again, very heartwarming, very heartwarming. Can someone send this link to Chris? Send that link to Chris if you can, everybody. Or mods, can you send that link to Chris? So, yeah. So, when getting back to Nolan, I'm not going to cover a whole lot again because we talked about this earlier today and everybody had opinions. And I do think that they're going to work together, the independent in the investigation, along with the sheriff's department. I do believe they're going to try to figure out what happened. And now there is for a better lack of words, $100,000 reward for anybody who comes forward and gives that information that leads to a conviction. And that's going to be very, very well received. Thank you, Doug. So that's the whole point. People are stepping up. Al Sharpton went ahead and put up 50,000, and then Tyler Perry put up another 50,000. And make no mistake, everybody, I believe that that's going to grow even higher to get some answers if that's what it takes. So that's it. Just wanted to make sure that we all understood that. I still believe the phone is a big piece right now that we're waiting for, along with the toxicology report, along with possibly the autopsy, because that's what they're waiting for, is a toxicology report. But this is all being done basically double time. There's two entities, the private and the sheriff's department. So they're going to really be able to cover everything pretty damn well, in my opinion. Doug says, well, that tells me the ones who know, do not think accident. Very, very well said, Doug. Very well said. Barney. Chris, Doug just sent you the link, just so you know. So now we're looking at the fact of, how this is all going to play out. Barney L., were you on the chat a few minutes ago with someone trolling you? Chris is in the house, everybody. Let me see if I can send this to Chris. Let me see. Give me a second, Chris, because I know Doug just sent it to you. Okay, go ahead. Take a few. Never mind. I guess it did go through, Doug. Good deal. So, Barney, and I think there's a lot of people out there, no doubt about it, that know what happened. Look, you can't all those people be around there in that small area and then come out and literally no one sees anything. Let's be realistic, everybody. That's not how it works, okay? That is not how it works, okay? So we know there's information out there. It's just a matter of getting that information to the right authorities or the right investigation. But I think this reward is going to also help out because, let's face it, it's not a very wealthy area in Mississippi as a whole. So let's just be honest, and sometimes money does help people remember things, especially when they know they had nothing to do with it. Doug, Discord. Chris, I need a few. You got it, Chris. Take your time. You have it. Hell, if someone impersonated me, Annie, hey Chris. Barney, hey Chris. L, it happened once before, so I wouldn't surprise me if they are doing it again. If you see someone saying nasty things that looks like me, it's not me. For your information, everybody. Well said, well said. We know you better than that. L. Carol, L, it's happened to me also. So that's what we're at. It's probably going to be sometime this week, I believe. Hopefully, this week, we're going to hear something about the toxicology report to find out exactly what has, transpired or what they feel was the cause of the unaliving of this young man. I'm sure it's going to say a lot more what was in his system. And for the fact of the matter, not that alcohol played a role, but it will also show his how inebriated he really was. What to what degree. So that'll answer some questions there. But I don't think this had anything to do with that. I think this has a lot to do with probably. I honestly want to say, in my opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if this was an accident and they covered it up out of fear, and now it's going to look worse than it is. But if it's not that, yeah, I could see it being someone who had some jealousy about him talking to the girl, and also not just that, but the idea of where he has climbed and how he has represented himself and his friends and his school very, very well. Pam, hey, devil dog and everyone. Doug says it's still possible alcohol was the only reason. No, you can't take it off the table, Doug, because obviously we know that there was alcohol that everyone was literally consuming. So definitely can't take that off the table on any side of the matter, from the other kids and or maybe even from Nolan himself. Photon, welcome in, Photon. Chris says Mississippi, the federal minimum wage is $7.25 an hour, which has been in effect since 2009. See that, everybody? $7.25 is the minimum wage in Mississippi. I guarantee you, $100,000 is going to speak volume. It's going to have a lot of, I think, effect on people remembering things. And I think it's definitely going to help. And I don't think it's going to stop there. I think you're going to have some more people come out and donate more money to really entice it even better for the ones who know they had nothing to do with it. L, they are miserable. So that's what they want to be, in my opinion. L, hi, Pam. Hi, everyone, says Photon. Chris, living wage, one adult, no children, is $20.69 an hour. The difference, I'm telling you. Doug, yay. Maybe if we knew who erased it, it could have been Nolan. It was someone who knew his password. Yeah, maybe if we knew who erased it, it could have been Nolan. Nolan would have never erased that, Doug. Nolan would have never erased what he loved to do, and that was take pictures, videos, and all of that stuff. So I don't think that's even a forethought that he went ahead and erased his own information on his phone. But yes, I do think somebody who had his phone and did go ahead, literally went ahead and got into his phone. That's going to be the at this point the $100,000 question, because the reality is that that phone was on the boat. It didn't get there by accident. It didn't get there because I don't believe it was left there purposely by Nolan, for the simple fact that's not what young adults do. Just my opinion. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. Carol, Photon, L, Photon, Chris. Photon, Carol. Kentucky, what do you think Sharpton was talking about when he was talking about roaches? Well, what he was trying to say, Kentucky, was that when you turn on the lights, roaches scatter, right? Roaches scatter. At nighttime, roaches congregate on whatever they're going to feed off of, whatever, whether it's on the table, countertops, everywhere. But when you turn on the light, it's like a disinfectant. Every roach takes off because they don't want to be seen. Okay. So what he was saying was that he was there to turn on the light. In other words, to turn on the light to expose all the roaches that are running, basically, that don't want to talk about what happened. Because there's people out there, in my opinion, that do know exactly what happened. So I think what he was trying to say, or what he was saying, was he was turning on the light in that area so that all these roaches, you people would see them and then they would disappear. In other words, those bad people are going to stay out of sight, out of mind. And I think it was kind of like a metaphorically that he was talking about. you know he was there to literally expose the light, to turn on the light, and then people could see who's running scared, basically. So I think that's what he was really talking about, in my opinion. Kentucky, hope that makes sense to you. Barney, I live on $125 a month before bills. Wow, Barney. Jody Woo, hey, Hart, nope. Pam, Alabama's minimum wage is the same, $7.25 an hour. I don't know how anybody can expect people to live on a $7.25 an hour. Then you ask the question, well, how do they even expect people to? I mean, give me a break, man. That's like, golly, that's pathetic. I never knew that. But I never lived there either. Doug, I don't think that's what happened. But to need evidence, without a doubt, Doug, without a doubt. Well said. L, how can minimum wage be that low? Cost of living must be a lot lower than we live. Dang, you're not only kidding. Hi, Jody. Bible's in the house. If only the boys on the boat know what happened, they won't take the 100,000. If they're the ones that only know, you're right. But if somebody else even heard or saw, or they're able to get someone to crack, it won't even be about the money. It'll be about not wanting to go to prison for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So for them, I don't think it's the money. I think for them, if they had any involvement, which we don't know if they did or not, but if they did, for them, it's going to be jail term and jail time that's going to cause them to want to go ahead and literally go out there and say, hey, it ain't me. This is what happened. The money is for probably people that saw what happened or have it on video or seen something that possibly are really hesitant to say anything because they don't want to get involved. But like I said, $100,000 goes a long way when you're only making $7.25 minimum wage in Mississippi, without a doubt. Chris, medium household income, the amount that half of the households earn more than half earn less than is about 59,000 in 2024, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. Thank you for that fact. Jody, hello, 1985. Josiah, that's right, Devil Dog. Success does create envy and jealousy, and most of the time, you have no idea who your enemies are. There are many questions that need answer, without a doubt, Josiah. Well said, my friend. Good to see you, and thank you for your service as well. Hooah. Doug, roaches would be people pushing misinformation and threats. Barney, perhaps Nolan deleted things himself. He knew his life was in danger. I don't think he felt his life was in danger. And if he felt his life was in danger, why would he delete that stuff? I mean, I just don't see the logic there. Is it possible? Sure, it's possible. I just don't see it there. I think he went there, and by the accounts of looking at the pictures that we saw, he seemed to be having a great time out there with the pictures that we saw. Didn't show any signs of him being like worried or anything like that. So I don't know if that's even possible, but hey, you never know. Good thought. If he was threatened, possible, very possible. Carol, I'm back. Got a phone call. Kentucky, thank you. Makes sense. Sometimes that's what they do. That's what the logic behind that theory is. The greatest disinfection is light, right? The greatest disinfection is sunlight. Turn on the light, and that usually starts to cure up things. Sorry, what the hell? L, okay, no problem, Carol. Welcome back, Carol. Says AJ. Welcome in, NJ. Annie, it's pathetic. Here where I live too, says Annie. Doug, could be Nolan's friend's mom who retrieved the phone outside source who planted evidence that the problem with the chain of custody distrust and in a fair investigation could lead to problems. That is very well said. Sorry, everybody. Just got the damn coughs. Victoria's in the house. Good to have you, Victoria. Welcome in. Welcome in. L, hi, Victoria. Please click like and subscribe to the channel if you like the live. Be a Devil Pup investigator in the channel. Pam, L, 1985. That is why states that have low minimum wages have so much poverty homeless. In northern Alabama, we don't have many big businesses. Most restaurants pay the same as minimum wage. That is so sad, Pam. No doubt about it. Well said. AJ, Victoria, Josiah, $7.67 an hour. Yet a gallon of gas is not that far off from it. No doubt. Well said, Josiah. Well said. That's ridiculous. Each gallon for each hour. Wow. Very well said, Josiah. Very well said. Spot on. L, Pam, the homelessness is awful where I live too. But then the cost of living has gotten ridiculous. 2-bedroom apartment, not so nice area, $1,800 to $2,000 a month. Ain't no way in hell I'd be paying that kind of money, folks. I'm just saying. Carol, thanks, L. Carol, hello, Victoria. L, the cost of living must be different in some of these areas they are. You're going to make more in per se. You're going to make more in New York and in California, but you're going to end up paying more as well. So I think they offset it. I don't think there's going to be too much of an advantage, to be honest. KB, minimum wage in Texas was $7.55. The lowest end apartment was about $925. I got the heck out of there. I don't blame you, KB, one bit. Well said. Annie, yes, rent here is terrible too, and they keep raising everything. They're definitely not keeping up with inflation. That's for damn sure. Well said, Annie. Carol, I could go for some coffee. Thank you, Carol. Appreciate that. If you want to support the channel, you can use Venmo. You can buy memberships for others who are having a hard time. You can go ahead and just pass the word of mouth to everybody you can, so this channel will grow even faster. But we are growing, make no mistake. Anything helps the channel, and that's what we need. The more people we have, the more people we can learn from one another, because here everybody has an opinion, and your opinion matters. 2C, Jersey, minimum wage is $16 an hour. Yeah, I can see that. Well, no doubt. Just everything else is still so high. KB, that is the national federal minimum wage. Some states, however, exceed that by state vote. Very well said, KB. L, something has to change. Americans need help. So sad, without a doubt. Pam, our cost of living isn't much lower than other states. That is why our young people are leaving our state to go to other states. to make more money where a live is more of a retirement area. Well said, Pam. Well said. Jody, why would his life be in danger? Yeah, I'm not sure, Jody. I'm guessing maybe he always liked to take Snapchat, do Snapchat videos and take pictures and all this kind of stuff and Instagram. Maybe he caught something he wasn't supposed to. I don't know. I don't think it's that, to be honest, Jody. I don't think it's that at all. But I mean, everybody's has an opinion, and yeah, I'll just leave it at that. We all have opinions. So, but I don't see that his life was in danger until it was, and there was nothing he could do about it. Obviously, that's probably why he's unalive this today. KB, I believe extreme poverty pushes some into crime that might not otherwise. That's well documented, without a doubt, KB. Josiah, trace the memory storage of the phone. Nothing is ever deleted unless a hard white caches are the kryptonite for criminals. Well said, Josiah. And I believe that's what they're going to do. They're going to bring back everything that was deleted. They're going to be able to see what was deleted and then have to piece the pieces as to why was it deleted, right? So when they bring up the stuff that was deleted, they're going to have to look at it and go, okay, what was so big about this? And then they'll part that out. And they'll say, okay, well, this happened because of this. This probably is talking about this. And that's how they're going to investigate that phone. That's just coming from someone in my line of work that I used to do. You would always try to piece why and how come. And usually the picture is painted itself. Well said. Well said. LKB. I agree. It's part of why people are having mental health crisis, in my opinion. It's all the above, everybody, without a doubt. KB, soda helps that throat thing. I know. I have soda here, but I like a little bit of high C. Josiah just sent 440 gems. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Appreciate you supporting the channel, my friend. God bless you and thank you. Oleg, hi, Ali. I am late. I was listening to something about this case. Sounds good. Not Ali, hi, all. Thank you, Oleg. L, please hit the like, everybody. Click on that like. L, hi, Oleg. Mancat. Afternoon, Devil Pups and DD. What's going on, Mancat? Appreciate you in the house. L, hi, Manex. Oleg, hi, L. Carol, hello. Chris, my opinion doesn't matter. My opinion was you come pick me up and bring me to Ohio, but you made me drive the e-bike. Don't just say the bike, the e-bike. So my opinion doesn't matter. Oh, Chris, just keep eating the sandwiches that they pack for you that you have, literally that Barney put in your backpack. Eat it a little bit at a time and keep pedaling, and then recharge the battery when you get to McDonald's. There you go. And take 75 from 80, and you're going to be here just soon. Jim, Mandex, 2C, Oleg. Oleg says, hi, Jody Woo. I like it was an accident. Very sad. I'm hoping it was an accident and their ignorance for the youth, their ignorance got the better of them to try to cover it up. And that's usually the bigger crime, is when you try to cover up something when it's an accident. I'm hoping it was, but you know what? I don't know. We'll just have to wait for that toxicology report and the idea of what that autopsy says. Carol, Chris, L, Chris, Jim, Survival, Oleg, Victoria, hello, Chris. Oleg, hi, Tushi, Jim, Carol, and Chris, Jim, Chris, Manex. I tried to hype the last video with hype points, but couldn't do it. I think I have to leave a comment and was unable, just saying. You're okay, Manex. Appreciate you being here. Tushi Didi, today is Monday. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Today is Monday. All day yesterday, everybody. All day. I thought yesterday was Monday. And so I was always saying, man, it's Tuesday's, tomorrow's Tuesday. And only even to the very end of the day on our live, I was saying, oh, yeah, Chris, we'll get together on Tuesday. I'll see you tomorrow. And then I had to be literally reminded, Dee, it's only Sunday. Very well said, Tushi. That is so funny. Victoria, Jim, hello. Carol, hello. Kentucky. I agree with you. I feel like it was an accident and the friends were scared to come clean. Now they have dug a huge hole for themselves, without a doubt, Kentucky girl, without a doubt. Spot on. Josiah, thank you again. Appreciate you. 440 of the gems, my friend. Thank you. Chris McLaughlin, hello all. Carol Burton, thank you. Josiah, appreciate you supporting the channel, my friend. L, that's strange, man. X. Very sorry. Maybe some sort of glitch. Pam just sent 30 gems. Thank you so much, Pam. Appreciate you always supporting the channel, my friend. Thank you so much. AJ, Oleg, Manex, Jim, Victoria, Oleg. Hi, AJ. Manex, Oleg, Kim, Gerald, Jim, Tusi, and all the devil pups. Miss Barney. I once captured a guy with a lady unintentionally. The guy was having an affair and worried that his wife would see the pic. Oh, wow. Well, yeah, that's not good. L, you, Josiah, and Pam. Thank you, Josiah and Pam, for supporting the channel. Well said. Well, keep talking. We want to know now, Barney. L, yikes, Barney. Pam, Lyle, 1985, LDD. Jim, survival, Pam, Manex. Jim, I pray your does not catch on fire on your bike. Manex said, Jim, it's actually going to be Chris. I pray your crotch doesn't not catch on fire on your e-bike. Laughing out loud. It does happen. Ole, hi, Manex, Barney, Chris. I also packed gift cards in one of the saddlebags, especially for you. There you go, Chris. There you go. Go get yourself a big gulp. Capco, friends, Jim, survival, Manex. I don't have an e-bike. Annie, I was messed up with the days. Oh, I'm telling you, I was so tired pulling that thing Saturday. Me and the wife, man, I tell you what, it was rough trying to get back. I'm telling you, I didn't realize it was going to be that draining. L, Catco, L, I think Manex meant Chris. Catco says, Jim, 1985. Hey, Jim, Annie, Pam. Hey, Jim, Catco. In late as usual, you're here, Catco. That's all that matters. Had to donate blood to reduce my plat. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. And did school shopping. What's up, everybody? Good to have you, Catco. Josiah laughing out loud. Annie, Jim, hi. So now we're going to wait. We have to wait. We have to wait for the toxicology report, and we have to wait for literally the autopsy to come back. And once they come back, it's going to show whether they have, did Nolan have water in his lungs? How much water? Did he have enough? What was the cause? Was there trauma to his face, trauma to maybe gash on his head? The only reason I'm bringing that out is because they had to use dental records to identify Nolan. He was only in the water for a day and a half, 2 days. So that body's not going to decay in that water that fast. They should have been able to look at him and said, oh, yep, this is him, identified him by the picture or whatnot. But to have to get dental records to That says a lot to me. And that said a lot to me from the very, very beginning. When they first brought that out at the very beginning, that they used dental records, I said to myself, there had to be some type of injury. I don't know what the injury was, but it had to be enough severity to not be able to distinguish what that young man looked like. Just saying my opinion. Catco sent 2 gems. Thank you so much, Catco, for always supporting the channel, my friend. Jim, hi. Pam, hey, Catco. Carol, hello, Catco. Pam, Carol, April, hi, all. Waiting for you to get here, April. Good to see you, my friend. Pam, hey, April. Thanks, Catco. AJ, April, I hope you are having a great time on that vacation, without a doubt. Enjoy. You and your husband, enjoy yourselves. Catco, you welcome 1985. So unless anybody got anything they want to bring up or ask on that question of Nolan, but by all means, please don't hesitate to ask any question. I'm going to move on to conversation, but understand we're going to cover this topic because we've been covering it from the beginning to what has happened. And look, I don't know if you guys caught what the attorney for Nolan was saying. Okay, I don't know if you guys caught what the attorney had said. I don't know if you guys had caught even what Al Sharpton, who did the eulogy, I don't know if you guys caught what he said, but let me just tell you this. Everything they said, you already heard it here. We already talked about it. Every scenario he talked about, we already talked about right here on our channel. And I looked over to my wife and I said, damn, I said, we just touched about that. We have covered those things. And here's why I say that for. It's not no pat on the back. That's not why I'm saying it for. The reason I'm saying it is because other people are seeing the same thing. Other people are noticing the same thing. Other people are having the same conversation. Okay? So I just want to let you know what he said. If you watched it, and if you did it and you go back and watch what Al Sharpton and what the attorney for the family has said, you will hear exactly what we talked about, because we have stated those same crucial elements that are still missing and the probabilities of what could have happened. Just wanted to go ahead and share that with you. Barney says, well, the guy approached me in anger, took a swing at me. I'm not afraid of anyone, and I planted his face first on the ground. Then the man and I was with pick him up and escort him to the police. Well done, Barney. Oh, my Lord. That would have been hilarious to see. Carol, that's great, April. AJ, I'm glad, April. Enjoy. Tushi, Barney, wow, scary. Marianne, hello, all. L, oh my Barney. And like I said, the reason I bring that up is because we have already talked about it. But how many times have we talked about something that we later hear somebody else regurgitating it? How many times have that happened? A lot. Because what we do here is we try to find everything that's the possibility. And we try, and you guys, you mods, do awesome trying to figure out when something is not verified, how to get it verified if it's possible. And that is huge for this channel. And for that, thank you so much, everybody. Buttercups is in the house. Hi, all. Happy I'm driving home listening. Thank you, Buttercup. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Tusi, hi, Marianne. Welcome in, Marianne. Good to have you. Barney, laughing out loud, DD, Catco. Way to go, Barney. Manex, did anyone see the picture of Nolan and his 3 friends sitting in the boat? Thoughts? Yeah, I seen it. I'm just not sure. At this point, I'm just waiting to see what comes out before I say anything. Just saying. But good point, Mannix. Marianne, and Buttercup, welcome in. I'm happy to hear you are having a good time so far. April, awesome, April. Tusi, hi, Buttercup, drive safe. AJ, Marianne, AJ, Buttercup, April, thank you all. Carol, hello, Buttercup. So now that we have that, if you want to bring anything up, Kentucky Girl or anybody, bring it up. Whiskey, if you're in here, if you want to bring it up, by all means, go ahead. If you got a question, ask it, and we'll try to tackle it as best as possible. Because now, let's move on to the next topic. Bible, the picture speaks 1,000 words. It really does. Yes, I agree with you. Josiah, with your expertise, Devil Dog, what do you think the investigators need to focus on next in regards to Nolan? What do you think could easily missed in the investigation? You know, Josiah, I don't know if the missing anything really. What I do think is that phone has the most crucial part, short of the toxicology report, because that's going to tell you if he had any gashes or trauma to his head or his body. Okay, so the toxicology report is also going to tell you if he had water in his lungs. The autopsy is going to also tell you of the condition of the body. Okay, and those things we just have to wait. But the big key is that phone. That phone is going to speak volume. You have to remember that phone was left on the boat that these three young men came back on. Okay, the boat that these three young men who came with Nolan and left without Nolan, that phone was still on the boat. And when they got to where they were going to their destination, that phone was still there. When the mother had finally recovered it, there was a lot of things that were deleted. Videos from Snapchat and from Instagram and etc. Pictures, they were deleted. So they're going to have to go back, literally have them pull all that information from the cloud, which they will. But I don't think it's necessarily anything yet that's missing. It's just a process. Now, right now, the family has that phone because they're having a private investigation done. Not a private, but an independent investigation done. Then they will pass over that phone to the sheriff, and he will conduct literally also an investigation, as they already are, but they'll just add that phone piece, and then they'll get all that information, and then they'll combine literally both of their investigations from the independent to the sheriff, and they will sit down and they will figure out where are they not meeting, where are they not aligning. And that's actually a good thing. A lot of people don't do that because it costs a lot of money to have an independent investigation done. It costs a lot of money to have a toxicology report and an autopsy done. It costs a lot of money. So a lot of people can't afford that. But because of goodwill of people that have donated money to help them get this done, they have the opportunity. So that's a good thing. And according to the sheriff Ledbetter from Mississippi, he literally also stated that he wanted to, he looked forward to it because more eyes that saw the case, the more eyes that saw it, the better it was for Nolan and his family. So I think they're aboard. That's going to be the big thing. This case has all the dynamics of getting resolved. Now, what did they miss? I don't think they really missed anything. I think that if they haven't, they needed to start picking apart all of those videos that are out there, okay, that are out there, and they know people who have the videos, and they need to start finding every person as much as they can so they can go ahead and literally get everybody that they can together and see what they can tell, and then just interview them. it's a long process, but it's a necessary process. It's a necessary process. So that's what I think it's going to take. Good question, Josiah. Spot on. Thank you for that. L, out loud, keep having visions of that happening. Okay, go ahead, Chris.
Dude, you don't even say hello.
Hello, Chris.
I mean, you just read the chats.
I read and answer the chats. But
unbelievable.
Go ahead.
No, I don't have it.
Look at the picture behind you.
I know this. That's my point. Did you hear him, guys? Hello, everybody in the chat. I'm growing my stuff. I'm growing my goatee back.
I don't know why.
I have to. No. I was naked. No.
Oh Lord.
All right, continue reading.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Laughing out loud. Having visions of that happening, without a doubt. Barney, where is the pic of Nolan with 3 friends? I haven't seen it. Whiskey, hanging out in the bushes today, watching the funeral today, has put me in a bad place. Hang in there, Whiskey. Hang in there. It's going to all come together. It's just going to take a little time. Manage, Barney, there is unblurred photo out there of Nolan and his 3 friends in back of boat. It says a lot. See if you can find that photo, Chris.
I seen them sitting on the back of the boat.
Them and the back of the boat.
What's weird about that one? I seen that. I didn't see anything weird.
There is an unblurred photo out there of Nolan and the 3 friends in the back of the boat. Says a lot. Carol, Burton, I'm sorry, Whiskey. Hang in there, Whiskey. Barney, many things are backed up on the cloud. Whiskey, very sorry, Annie. Hey, Chris. Marianne, hey, Chris. Mannix, hey, Chris. Carol, hey, Chris. Everybody loves Chris. Not Chris Rock. Chris McLaughlin. Whiskey River thanks everyone. I have 5 black grandkids, and I worry every day. I get it, Whiskey. I get it. I have in-laws that are African-American as well, and I totally understand. Tusi, hi, Chris. Carol, hugs, Whiskey. Barney, peekaboo, Chris. Hell, hi, Chris. Boy, you got a lot of love in here, Chris. Tusi, Whiskey. Catco, Whiskey, me too. I have mixed, and I pray for them daily at school. Marianne, let's talk about the pictures behind Chris. I'm telling you, he's got to make sure he gets it right, because otherwise there's going to be an ass chewing. Man, Whiskey, hope you feel better. Annie, Whiskey, yes, I believe you. Be strong, my friend. Hugs. Pam, hi, Chris. Hey, Chris. And Elle have not seen that pic either. Chris is looking for it, and I think he found it, so we're going to show it right now. And I'm caught up, Chris.
It's about time.
That's the picture you're talking about, Mannix, correct?
So what do you see in that?
Is that the picture you are seeing, Mannix? If there was one photo, there was more. No one takes one photo of a night with 4 males. Without a doubt, Josiah, without a doubt. Well said. Tegan, Chris is here. Better behave ourselves now.
Right.
Mannix says, yes, that's the picture. L1985.
So Mannix, what do you see in this picture?
What do you see in this picture, Mannix?
I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, to me, they look happy as could be, I guess. I mean, they got the party beads going on, 4th of July beads.
Mannix says, Annie, yes, correct. Annie says, I see smart asses. Yeah, I see entitlement. AJ, Marianne, I don't see anything in that pic.
Me.
4 people. You got to see 4 people, Marianne. Mannix, Annie is correct. I have seen that pic. Poser, says Oleg. Posers. Oh God, April DD Chris has a background. You chewing his off. Yeah, he does. Oh Lord. I didn't even make it, and I get all this negativity from Chris about it. Barney,
Let me just do
Okay.
this. Let me just do this.
I see
People
that.
really
but
see it.
when was it taken proof of date? Lori Davis is in the house. They look like close friends in this picture. They really do look like close friends, but I'm not saying anything about
You never know.
what's
You don't know.
what's behind the scene. I just know that he should have never been left behind. He should have never asked to stay behind if he did. He should have listened to his dad when his dad told him, "You come with the people you come with are the people you leave with," and that is a reason why his dad would tell him these things.
Yeah.
So shit happens, obviously.
That's
Manic
my
says, three smart asses. Nolan seems fine. Ugh, interesting. Very interesting.
what are you doing? Whoa. Look at that. Click, click, click.
Manic, three smart asses. New comments here. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got here.
I mean, they're probably all smart asses.
They're all smart asses.
Look at their age.
Just some are nicer and more probably respectful than others. Barney, oh yes, I did see that. But when was that taken? Proof date. Lori,
Be right back.
go ahead. L, I don't see anything strange personally. Josiah, John Wayne Gacy was happy to kids too until he took matters into his own hands. That's well said, Josiah. That's a damn good analogy. No doubt about it. Jeffrey Dahmer, everybody thought he was a nice guy too, until he got hungry. I mean, it's just a fact. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. It's just a fact. Pam, they look like they are having fun and not hate between them. That's what makes this such a strange case, everybody. Carol looks like friends. Marianne, well, yeah, I see friends hanging out. Josiah, I want to know where are the other pics. They're the ones that got deleted will be brought back up when they take the phone in to get it processed. When the sheriff's department gets it processed, they'll get all that data back without a doubt. Barney, it looks like possible a Red Bull in couple of guys' hands. April laughing, Oleg. Only thing I do see is Nolan is sitting too far back on the boat edge. Well said, Oleg. Lori, hey there, good to have you, Lori. Annie, you can see that they think they are above, not true friends, says Annie. Interesting. Barney, yes. Shit happens. Tegan, they look like close pals in the picture, got their arms around each other and look close friends. Lori reminds me of the college age chums. Very well said, Lori. Pam, I feel like something happened when he was with the girl and whoever was still there at the island. I don't think his friends have done it. Somebody didn't like him talking to the girl, without a doubt. Somebody didn't like him. Well, let me rephrase that. Somebody probably could have not liked him talking to that girl. Don't know what happened, but I'm sure they're going to figure this out without a doubt. Catgo, T, I agree. Catgo, Tegan, L, they're teenagers hanging out. I don't see anything weird, but we all have our own opinions without a doubt, L. Well said. Tegan, Catgo, they look happy. Manix, Ben, Crump, will find out. Trust me on that, without a doubt. I have been thinking, what if an accident happened, says April, and the boys got scared and decided to get rid of his body? You know, it would be so much better if it was an accident, but it's always that cover up that kicks you in the rear every time you try to cover something up. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Well said, April. Catco, 1985. I agree, Barney, but the fourth person was probably on that boat taking the pic. It's a good possibility. Tusi, is there any pictures of Nolan on the island after his friends left. Maybe he didn't stay behind and something happened on the boat going back. That's a good thought, Tushi. That's a good thought. And I'm sure there's a lot of pictures out there of Nolan because there was a lot of people there, without a doubt. That's why they have to go and start processing of elimination and start gathering all the information they can, talk to these individuals, and then go ahead and just have a little talk with them, an interview, if you will, for a better lack of words, and try to find out what they may have heard, what they may have seen, what they may know. It's a really good point. I think the information's there. It's just a matter if these people are being asked for that information. I know they're being asked for it, but unless they're being like told, like have come in for an interview, like we saw you on the pictures here, we need you to come on in and then have that conversation. Carolina Girl says, question, not trying to change the subject, but on Patriot's Pride last night, did Mark say that teddy bear and flowers ping going up the hill? Was he talking about the Gem House or Sewellens? I thought it was Sewellens. I thought it was Sewellens, Carolina Girl. That's a good question, no doubt. I thought it was Sewellens, but you never know. Could have been the Gem House. I'm not really sure, but the reason I say Sewellen is because when they were talking about it, Mar said the teddy bear and flowers ping going up the hill. And I think going up that hill is where Sewellen lives, up on that top of the hill. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. Catco, this just bothers me thinking friends doing this. It really does, Catco. It really, truly does. Annie, was the girl white? Yes, Annie, the girl was white. Lori, Miss Barney, agree. But a fifth person. Mannix, Miss Barney. And who is driving the boat? Is that another person? Catco, my daughter dated 2 black boys, married one, normal at school. They went to nobody bothered my daughter and son-in-law because he was loved by all. Well said, Catco. And that's what I see in this young man in Nolan. Everybody liked him. Everybody liked him. The girls liked him. His friends liked him. He was very caring, according to the mom and the dad. He was just brought up very well. His family, his mother and father did a great job raising that son. Okay, by all accounts of people that are talking about it, they're saying that was a good young man. So that's all I can go by is what people have talked about and have said. Catgo, loved. Barney, great question, Cat. Lori, was the boat anchored or moving in the picture? I think it was moving, Lori. I don't think they were anchored anything. I think it was moving. Mannix, the boat looked like it's moving. Oatleg, I thought he saw the construction house on the hill. It's very possible, Cat. Kevin, hello, everyone. Welcome in, Kevin. Good to have you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Miss Barney, Chris, can you show the boat pic again, please? I think he's eating right now. L, hi, Kevin. Ole, hi, Kevin. Marianne, hi, Kevin. Carol says, hi, Kevin. AJ, same, hi, Kevin. Catgo, makes me sick because I have mixed granddaughter and a grandson. Hate to think of the crap they may have to go through. Been there, done that, Catgo, and all you can do is be the biggest voice and advocate for your kids. And I'm talking from experience. AJ, please like and subscribe if you haven't. All right, Chris.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
I'm cooking dinner again.
Oh, I kind of figured. Okay. I told him you were eating.
This 5 o'clock time is just horrible. Horrible for me.
Stop it.
Horrible. I don't know who picked this time.
Please like and subscribe if you haven't. April, like and subscribe. Marianne with the thumbs up. Barney, be right back. Yes. So that's very telling, everybody. I do think this is going to get solved. I do think that this for better lack of words, the funeral was awesome. I think the whole thing from the beginning to the end was great. I think a lot of eyes were open, and I think that yes, I think that the reward may help. In a very low poverty area, the reward may help if somebody was on that boat and said, "Hey, I had nothing to do with it, but I could be more than happy to, cash in on 100 grand. So be it, whatever it takes to get the truth." Just like Nancy. Remember Nancy? They had the $1,200,000 reward, except no one's claimed it yet.
Nope. I don't think that's ever going to be claimed.
That's possible. That is possible, no doubt.
Did you, I know you seen it, the thing in New York today?
Yes, I did.
It was a military guy, an ex-military guy.
Oh, they did that?
Yeah.
Did they say why? What all it was, wasn't it just fireworks
It
they
was,
put in the barrel or something?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
That
thought.
thing blew, though, pretty good. But I think the report that I saw, it was an ice thing. Get rid of ice and all that. I think that's what I overheard them saying. But
well, there's just so many damn opinions going around as far as people are not happy with eyes, people are happy with eyes, people don't like eyes, people like eyes. It's just one of those animals that you have to deal with, And,
I mean, here's my point of view. Like, you can't, and we don't do the politics stuff here.
No,
but,
no.
You can't cry help when you need it, but when you don't need help, you can't hate them. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be either or.
Well, I think that's why a lot of people have mixed feelings, because there is law enforcement, and right. That is their everyday role, and they know exactly their neighborhoods. They know what's going on in their neighborhoods.
Right.
And when you bring people from the outside, sometimes they don't know how things are going, and things usually go sideways. Right. Just a thought, anyway.
No, I mean that's how it is, and whether or not how you feel is. These interruptions lately are just unacceptable here.
Go ahead.
Go take it. I got it if you need to.
Okay, go ahead.
It's probably just dinner or something. So yeah, we'll just stand here and look at him on the phone. Check him out. No. What was I saying? What the hell was I saying? Oh, ice. One of the problems. I don't remember what I was saying. How's everybody today? I'm good. Glad to hear it. I'm cooking dinner. But I don't remember one thing I was going to say, but it doesn't matter. So, yeah. So what else is everybody up to today? How's everybody feeling, doing? Anything exciting? Because not on my end. Just chilling until work. Cooking a little dinner. Who's this? Who's these people? So, I finally have a clean back here. Yeah, I know. Us too, a little bit. It's a good thing. Yep. So today we're having there's a ribeye cooking, a T-bone, and then some broccoli, carrots, the little mini corn things, some mushrooms, with a little bit of teriyaki sauce over it. That's pretty much it. Steak straight up, cooking it on the cast iron griddle. Burn it up nice medium rare. Don't tell dog though. I didn't say any of that. Oh,
I am back.
Shh. Don't tell him that.
Oh,
dinner, Max. Dinner's in probably about 15 minutes. So, but by the time you get here, because remember, I'm halfway to Ohio because I had to take a bike. So I had to stop off at Walmart, buy a grill, some gas, a tent, a cot, sleeping bag, So the bike looks like the hillbillies van, the hillbillies car when he used to come pulling in.
Yeah.
The only thing missing is the rocking chair, So,
Oh my Lord.
but yeah, no, that's about it. Just doing that, and just hanging out, and so.
Bible says, Cat Go, I made it through the 60s being biracial. I have had to pray a lot. Well said, Bible. Doug, jealousy, in my opinion, will be the motive. 9, someone connected to Katie, not Nolan's friend, someone else of another 200 people on that island that day. Shoot, I think they said it was over 1,000 people there.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
April, the coffee, Cat Go, Chris, I feel your pain. I grilled pork chops last night to last for 2 nights. Hopefully, hubby doesn't get to them first, says Cat Go. Josiah, in context, all it takes is for one person who has nothing to lose and a bad upbringing to hate someone that they didn't know. Maybe it's not the friends, but for there to be one pick is telling. That's very possible. That's a good point, Josiah. That's a good point. And the reality is that, the reality is that once again, even if he didn't come back, there's so many questions on the phone. Why was the phone there? I mean, we could go over and over, and we would get back to that same thing. The kids could have gave, those young adults could have gave the mom or the dad the keys that were on the boat and his phone. They had every opportunity, especially when they were talked to on the phone. They had every opportunity to say, hey, Mrs. Wansley, by the way, we got Nolan's phone and we got Nolan's keys. No one bothered to say that. Then to come find out that one of those kids by the name of Jax is apparently the one who had the keys. He wasn't even there on the island. How in the hell did he end up with the keys? There's so many questions. Phone being erased, messages being deleted, or not messages, but pictures and videos being deleted. There's so much out there that has not even been answered, and there's no way you can say there is no foul play unless you say there is no foul play at this time, but that could change at any moment as information keeps coming in. But just to say there's like there's nothing, there's no basically evidence of any foul play. Well, yeah, no shit. But when you say that, you're setting everybody for that thinking that that's exactly what's probably going to happen. That's probably what's going to take place. That's probably the narrative that's going to go. But if you say that and then follow up with, but that could change as more information keeps coming in, we could very have what we need. Now the people are at least saying, okay, well, that makes sense. It's a lot of it is wording too. And it happens in a lot of different law enforcement. It happens in sheriffs and chiefs and whatever. Sometimes you say the wrong thing that really sends a bad message, in my opinion. And in fact, to be honest, good question. Thank you, Josiah. April, there's my email, 1985 USMC Little Walker at gmail.com. Simplify, everybody. Annie, Cat Go, you're right. I had that with me. Everyone wanted to know what I saw in a black man. He was a man, and I did not see that he was a little darker than me because I am Italian. Well said, Annie. Psychic Writer. Hi, pups. Welcome in, Psychic Writer. Tushi, he had many weapons they found. He had many weapons they found. Who, Tushi? Who had many weapons they found? I'm just trying to figure out. L, April, he wants us to use new email above. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, L. Thank you for letting them know. Hi, dog. Hi, Chris. AZ, afternoon. You all, I'm out of Tucson tomorrow. 5 a.m. for vacation, so I will try and keep up, but I think it's time to decompress and enjoy being away. You got it, AZ. Enjoy yourself. Have a great time. Irregardless, stop in and just say hi if you have the time. L, he wasn't getting emails sometimes to the other one, April. Carol Burton, USMC Little Walker, Gmail. You can use either one. I would just suggest send them to both if you can, or send them to that one because I will get it. I was having an issue there for a while, so just letting you all know. L, Psychic, and AZ, hello. AZ Sunshine. Hello, Carol. There is a coffee for the dog. Manex 73. I have mixed grandkids too. Prayers, Catgo. Oleg L85 is a new email for DD. Yes, Oleg, that is my new email. You should be able to get me ASAP on that email. Carol, account Venmo. Thank you, Carol, for posting. Yes, Oleg. Doug, doing great. Awesome. Tegan, DD, ordering pizza. Man, that sounds yummy. Tusi, what you cooking? Chris, he's cooking, I think, didn't he say pork chops? Psychic Writer, much better. Finally have our clean air back here in New York. Oh, I get it. We definitely got that when we got a little bit of rain here. We got rid of that smoke. So I know what you're feeling. No doubt. Well said. Take you made a note of it. Thank you. Made a note of it. You got it, Oleg. Josiah, good. What's for dinner? I don't know, my friend. I don't know. But something's going to have to give. This man has to eat. Hey, you know what? I'll take pancakes right now and a glass of milk. That's how good pancakes are for me. Annie, same old run here. Carol, packing up, getting ready for vacation. Wednesday, Carol, you have a great one as well. Manex, what time is dinner, Chris? Won't be here in the morning. We'll miss the collab. I have to be at the hospital at 8:30 a.m. You got it, L. Prayers are with you, my friend. Marianne, he was in the Army. They just said it on the news. Yes, he was. Chris just said he was in the military. Catgo, Annie, good for you too. It can be hard when people want to be jealous and start trouble. I just love my mixed family and think they are beautiful between me and my girl, daughter's grandson. We have blonde. That's awesome. Tusi, vegetarian here. Don't eat the lettuce or don't eat the greens at your own risk. April L, I don't have access to my email on vacation, so didn't see the change. Don't worry about it, April. Just keep you. I know I get yours because you send it, so just keep sending it the way you are. No worries. Annie, LOL had M&Ms. Barney, Chris, I'm back. Can you show pick again, please? He's still eating, but I'll let him know as soon as he gets back, Barney. L, late 1985. It's okay. April, I think it was the morning he told us. Maybe it was the morning. You're fine, April. Just keep what you got. We'll be there. Catgo, hair in, green eyes. My granddaughter loves me calling her my brown-eyed girl. That's a good song too, by the way. Pam, Manex, people need to get out of these color things. We are all equal no matter what. I bet your grandbabies are so precious cute. Praying for all the kids. They should not worry about people hating on them, without a doubt. Well, they got to come through Dad if they're going to hate. That's for sure. But yes, they are very beautiful. Tusi, enjoy Carol. Bible, DD, I sent you an email of screenshots of the porch guide that clearly shows an SUV type vehicle in the background. I'll check it out, Bible. Carol, thanks, Tusi. Lori, L, good luck tomorrow. Manex, Pam, I agree with that for sure. Miss Barney, your bike is a Cadillac, Chris. He's still leading. Catco, Bible, I'm so sorry. I didn't understand in the 60s why they hate. No doubt, no doubt. L, Lori, thanks. April, hope all goes well. L, Marianne, good luck. L, Lori, L, 1985 prayers. Doug says could have been staged. Very possible, very possible. Mannix, Bible, respect. Thank you all, love you all. AJ, prayers. Carol, prayers. Tusi, maybe the phone was on the boat because Nolan was really on the boat. Never stayed behind. That's what they're gonna have to show why the phone was there. That's the bottom line. Because here's the thing: you can't ask the victim. You cannot ask the victim any questions. So it's gonna be up to the other individuals on that boat to explain how that phone got there and why they didn't give it to their parents sooner. Just a thought. L, love your way too. Doug, in my opinion, if I was the three friends, they would have destroyed that phone. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Josiah,
what do you think?
I don't agree with the situation that transpired in New York, but when you take an oath of enlistment and you swear to defend the country, foreign or domestic, some of us bleed it to the bone. That is true. That is well said, Josiah.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say, Chris?
I don't remember now.
Okay. Manny.
Come on. No, what was I? What were we talking about?
Manny.
I don't even remember.
I hope all is well.
Oh, no. What I was going to say is, why do you think they destroyed the phone?
They didn't destroy it.
I mean, why do you think they erased it, though? I didn't mean destroy it.
Why? Because there was something in there that they didn't want anybody to see.
What do you think? I know, but what do you think? What does everybody think was in there? Do you think they...
Possibly some of them were... Well, I know I heard somewhere, and somebody correct me, but if I'm not mistaken, and I'm going to say in my opinion only because to cover my ass, but I thought they said that some of the young adults were doing narcotics on the boat. That's what I heard, literally. Where you at, Chris? Okay, Chris is left again. So, yeah, that's what I heard. Did anybody else hear that about some of the kids were doing narcotics on the boat? Anybody? Anybody hear that? Oleg, I found the uncut interview of Joey Siders and his wife. It's 2.5 hours long. It's heartbreaking. The other channel I gave you cut most of it out. The new one is Sanaya D channel. It's from 13 days ago. Thank you so much. Appreciate Oleg.
You're welcome. Can I honestly tell you that I sat down here and I grabbed for this coffee cup in the picture, and it's not on my desk.
Grabbing a coffee pot.
See what it's like?
Yeah, I understand.
No. I was asking the audience. You see what it's like working for and with him? It's just, I've gone from, one thing to another. It's just brutal. I need therapy, I think. Oh, see? The interruptions are just unstoppable. I will. All right, I'll stop. I'll be serious. So, what's it? Monday. Oh, tomorrow, 10 a.m. Are we doing our?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. I have an idea of what to talk about. I'm gonna fill you in a little bit later because I'm gonna give you some homework once again.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yes.
I think it's good to talk about because.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, but when you guys are done with Nolan Wells, I have something I want to read to you.
Okay.
To the whole audience.
Let me go ahead and catch up real quick. I only got a few. Okay.
Let me type a few.
Read it now.
No. You go ahead. Finish up. Yeah, you lost your place.
I'm looking. Ole, you welcome, DD. Ellie, Barney takes the O serious here. I love our officer. Oleg, I saw part of it. Manix, Oleg, thank you so much. I will watch. Thank you again for all your prayers and well wishes. You got it, Oleg, it's making sense listening to him about the family tree. Insiders and whites were already related. Two cousins married. Bible, prayer. They're talking about the Sider family. Oleg, no blood related. Think he said, but yes, related. Tusi, laughing. For goodness sake. Yes, please don't eat lettuce. Oleg, yes, they're right, but they have not told the truth on marriage certificates about ages of parents. Oleg, it's wild keeping up with my thoughts. Tusi, Doug, agree with the phone. Bible and Barney. Bible, Catco Mannix, toughened me up for sure. Made me strong because of the racial thing. Yes, absolutely. Oleg, it is. I am sure Joey said Russell was not his father. I got a transcript. Does he talk too quickly to catch it all? Mannix, Oleg, I tried to get the transcripts too. Good idea. Doug, questions going to be when was the date erased and who had possession at the time, who had access information. Well said, Doug. That is so true. So true. Doug said, yes, narcotics played a role. That's what I'm thinking was in the pictures, possibly. Don't know for sure. Just saying. Possibly. Marianne, someone said that in here this morning. Bible, I've gotten all my info from here on Nolan. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We'll try to give everybody everything we can. Barney, what was the question? Laughing out loud. Chris, CB, laughing out loud. Welcome in, CB. AJ, the person that mentioned narcotics couldn't provide a source where she got that form. So, got you, AJ. Marianne, Chris, laughing out loud. I'm sorry, dog treats you like this. Stop it, Marianne. I treat him good. Today, the first I heard about it, but this is your channel is making me want to watch all the news now, laughing out loud. Lord help me. You're right about that, Josiah. Just stick around and you'll enjoy the channel. A lot of good people in here, without a doubt. Chris, I often drink out of the Phantom coffee cup. Doug, the drug use could be the explanation for not turning over or calling Nolan's mom initially. Very true. That's a good point, Doug, without a doubt. Tusi, a bedtime story, Chris, AZ. In my opinion, I think the friends and Katie know a lot. I think this was accident gone wrong. They all know. Phone may have something big on it. These kids would be in trouble. I hope the 100,000 makes people talk. No doubt, especially when you had nothing to do with it, right? Manic, Josiah, thank you for your service. Hoorah. Well, for him, for the Army, it'd be hooah. Please hit the likes, everybody, and subscribe. Be a Devil Pup investigator in the channel. I know DD bug you now. I have to stick up for him once in a while. You're good, Marianne. Josiah, I hate conspiracies because I feel like it's the cause of a lot of misinformation. But what if parents gave them male narcotics, then loyalty play a bad part of something? There is a lot out there, no doubt about it. Well said. Something to think about.
Thank you, Marianne. I'm glad somebody noticed.
You're so crazy, man.
I'm out of my mind, dude. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Okay, read what you got. I'm caught up. Read what you got.
Sure. Just this. Oh, never mind. No, I couldn't find the other page. It fell on the floor.
Dearly beloved,
we are gathered here today to bid farewell to Chris. So,
you are welcome, Chris.
Yeah. Welcome. I'm here. I'm back. I'm done. Dinner's cooked.
Marianne said,
thank you, Marianne. So I did. It's nothing. It's nothing big. It's nothing.
Sure.
For Massachusetts, it's pretty. I had a little meeting this morning, so with my brother-in-law, whatever the hell he is. Everybody's familiar with Karen Reed case and John O'Keefe, and so this is what the outcome is from what happened from the whole thing and what the state police are doing as of today. So Massachusetts State Police Colonel Jeffrey Noble said that former trooper Michael Proctor worked on hundreds, if not thousands, of cases that need to be reviewed in remarks that aired Sunday. Noble said Proctor's racist, misogynistic text messages brought to light in the lawsuit filed against the state police and Canton Police Department by Karen Reed were personally repulsive and repugnant to him. Proctor investigated Reed for allegedly killing her late boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe. Reed was tried twice for second-degree murder, acquitted last summer. Other crude and vulgar messages sent by Proctor about Reed became central part of her trials. So you guys, obviously, if everybody that followed it knew about all the messages and craziness that happened with that. So the big thing to take out of this statement, which that's pretty much the end of it, they're going to reopen and relook at every single case that had his name attached to it. It's thousands. So anybody that he was involved with that has been charged or put in jail for anything is probably going to be brought back in after it's going to take a long time for them to go through all this. But after everything's said and done, you're talking thousands of cases. And if they can, find any other type of stuff, these cases could be in jeopardy of being, people might be let out of jail because of it. People, they're going to have to relook at everything. That's a lot. That's thousands of cases this guy's probably been involved in. It's crazy what everything that's come out from this case, whether or not you think she's guilty or not guilty at this point in time, it doesn't matter because she was let go. It doesn't matter. But now opening up the state police and now the court to everything that could be or who could be released after all this. It's probably going to take a year, maybe 2, for them to look through everything. I mean, that's absolutely insane. And this is all from one officer that thought sending text messages was the correct way to go. And to use and how he spoke in them and what he said in them, that just blows my mind. So, and I don't have, again, no, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I'm not talking anything about her or whether or not she is or not guilty, whatever. But what the outcome, from everything now is crazy because the state police here have gone through enough in the last few years.
Right.
This just changes everything. And this poor chief, the last chief was crooked, but this poor chief now, he walks into everything that he had to deal with before, and now he has to deal with this stuff. Crazy.
That's interesting because here's the thing, everybody. When you work in law enforcement, your word is all you have. Your credibility is everything. And once your credibility is challenged and threatened because of something you might have said or how you said it, or you you lie on the stand or something to that effect, you're done. Because every case you will ever work on, they will always bring that one case up, and you're pretty much finished. So credibility is everything. And I bring that up because of even not just this case, but even going to the Nancy Gutherie case, dealing with the Pima County deputies, right? Now they're being told to do certain things that the sheriff wants. But the reality is, when you compromise your integrity and you compromise, you literally put yourself in a vulnerable situation. And you're right, Chris. Every case will go back and be looked at, because they will. If they can find anything of unjust of anything, they'll throw that out, and that person will be set free without a doubt. That's just how it works. So
Crazy.
yeah, very crazy. And I follow that case, not a lot, but I did follow it. And matter of fact, I had a sister of mine that followed that case to the T, and a sister, should I say, that followed that case to the T. And I tell you what, I'd have to go back before I made any comments on thoughts, because that is something that dealt with a lot of nefarious stuff, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So absolutely, that's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the only thing that bothers me about now, because now who knows what's going to happen, who's going to be released, what's going to be dropped, who knows?
Yeah, no, I mean that speaks volume. That happens in so many corruption cases, so many times where an officer is charged with corruption that everybody pays for it, and every case he ever worked on really becomes tainted. It really does. And most of the time they will exonerate the people that were in the case, because they can't make heads from tails, because of the fact that the credibility is shot. And that's really how it works. I mean, that's why I'm telling you, it's not easy to do something just because, and I'm not saying in this case, but to do something like your sheriff or your chief or whatever tell you to do, when it goes against literally people's rights. It's easy to say, oh yeah, I did it because I did it because I was told to. Well, you know what? The Germans did what they did because they were told to, but that didn't save them. That didn't save them. So the reality is, what's right. You should have done what's right. I know it's a hard thing, but yeah. And that happens, Chris, all the time. Unfortunately, like you said, you just
every day.
You're coming off of a chief that literally dealt with a lot of, like you said earlier, a lot of from the previous chief or sheriff.
And the Boston police themselves,
right?
Disaster too. Especially with this new, not new, but with Mayor Wu.
Oh, right.
She's another one.
Wow.
But what can you do? I can't do anything. I'm not from Boston. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Josiah says, look at Compton PD in the 90s. Absolutely.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think back 90s, 80s, 70s. I think every like, when you look at like New York, Chicago, when you look at all the big Boston, when the mob was still going strong,
right,
they had their hands into all the police.
Oh, absolutely.
Every department.
Absolutely. That's why they had to do a lot of cleaning out.
Yeah.
And even then, once they did cleaning out, they still had the same, because the mentality was already set. The people already had doubt. It's kind of like, in my opinion, like nanos. When you go ahead and you the people lose faith on you, you're done. You're done. You're just done.
Yeah. What a lot of people don't realize and know, the mob is still going strong as ever.
They're just more sophisticated.
Right? Yeah, you don't see it anymore.
Yep.
It's not.
Yep.
It's not like it used to be, where you can just walk down the street and, hey, that guy's in the mob. You know what I mean? You just,
Yep.
you know, again,
they don't advertise it no more. They hide it.
no. Yeah, you don't even know it's happening, and which is a good thing,
Right.
And you don't want that. Again, you don't want that in the streets, happening in front of everybody, happening in front of kids and stuff. It's bad enough that we have to deal with everything that we already are dealing with. There's never been more trouble. I mean, not in my time. I don't ever remember a time that there's been more shootings and more, like today, like the attack on the federal building,
right,
and everything that you guys see every day. I've never in my life seen it this bad. And everybody is afraid. I don't know if you're afraid, but when you go to Walmart nowadays, when you go to Home Depot, when you go to Target, when you go to anywhere, it's always in the back of your head. Well, in mine anyways, is I'm always looking. Like, I know we spoke about this before, but it's like I'm always like looking around, making sure everything looks okay. Because you can't feel comfortable going somewhere because you hear all this stuff. Oh, shooting here, shooting there, shooting here. There's an explosion there. There's a car drove through. The guy drove through a crowd. You know what I mean? It's like you can't feel safe anywhere.
No, you can't.
That's why I'm here. Me and my steak. So
everybody, if you want a steak, go to Chris's house. He's cooking steaks for everyone.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Not a problem. Although I would love like this massive meet and greet,
right?
With like, not with like every single person, but everybody in our chats, everybody in a
absolutely.
That would be funny. That would be funny. We can get Cal to come and Doug. Well, me and Doug are close anyway, so we can get Photon to get out. Everybody. We just meet up somewhere and just have like a. I mean, I'm thinking pancakes and milk.
Absolutely, you got me there.
Nowhere on JLR. I was on JLR today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just for a few minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he texted me. He's like, "You want to jump on?" I'm like, "Yeah."
What was going on?
He does that when nobody's on. He's like, "Come on out, man."
What was going on? The fire?
The bombing thing today, the firework things, and there was two shootings in Chicago, the one in Tucson. We were just kind of talking about that stuff.
I watched a little bit of his live today.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't say party at Chris's. Don't get that wrong. I'm thinking party at Elle's house or something. Somewhere. It would have to be somewhere in the middle, So it wouldn't have to be, people traveling 9,000 miles. It just so happens that Dog's house is in the middle. Perfect.
Sound good to me.
Pancakes and milk in the backyard with the birds. Yeah, I think that would be like our own Comic-Con, Prime Con.
Comic-Con.
Yeah, I know. I am Pancake Con. Meetup Con 2027. It would be kind of cool to meet everybody.
Let's go to Comic-Con.
Comic-Con, I would go there anyways. That's phenomenal.
Lord.
2 tornadoes touched down in Westmoreland. What? You know what's popping around a lot lately? Bear attacks, bears attacking, and bears being in places they shouldn't be.
They're moving in.
They were a few seen around here, not like near me yet, but like on 495,
Right.
like headed towards Doug's way. Doug lives in bear country.
Oh God.
Yeah, like, for us, anyways, like any bears that you're going to see a lot are going to be out his way. You can keep them out there, Doug. But I'm scrolling through the news and I just see bear fatally attacked retired couple. Well, they're gone. That sucks. But yeah, no, I'm just looking through the news, see if anything else came out, and just curious to see what that guy was thinking about going to the federal building.
Yeah,
you gotta think. You gotta think they're thinking, all right, I'm gonna do this. It was nice knowing you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's thinking, hey, I'm either gonna get unalived, or I'm gonna get severely injured, or I'm gonna get away. I mean, and it's just kind of like,
I wonder if he had a long fuse.
no, he threw it in the barrel, and there he went. He stood right there.
Oh, really?
But see, they said shooting, so I don't know if they shot at him and missed, or if they shot. Oh, you guys don't hear that, do you? No, it's Doug's. Yeah. That's Doug's phone again.
Go ahead, Chris. Answer it.
No. That's just a person trying to sell me something. But he in the barrel there, and then turned there. But yeah, it's just crazy. Like I don't even know, how do you have the guts to do something like that? I mean, that takes a lot. You know what I mean? That takes a lot of gut to.
Well, military probably maybe a little bit off.
Well, that's what I was thinking. You know what I mean? That's why I was like, it's either a lot of guts or you're a little loose upstairs, a few bolts loose. But again, he's ex-military. I don't know how long. I mean, that could be, you could be talking PTSD. I mean, anything.
Right.
So it's just really, it's sad when it comes to, a veteran or ex-military, whatever, because, there's always effects after that,
I got a video I want to play, and it's on Lena Moore.
Jesus, look at this. Now he knows how to do it. It's all we see is videos now. Unbelievable. Yeah. Oh, is there anything new?
Well, that's why I want to share it.
Bring it up.
All right. Let me see
if it says toxicology reports back, I'm going to do a dance or something, I think.
All right. This one right here. Okay. Share.
Oh, shit. I better charge my phone.
Now go here.
Charging.
Let's see.
Ooh, Fisher cats. Yeah, do you got a lot of mountain lions around your way, Doug?
No.
Not you.
Oh.
Doug. Analyze this, Doug.
All right, listen.
Your dog.
You say Doug when you say dog, and dog when you say Doug.
Yeah, I know. The dyslexia kicking in. That's why I read words that I shouldn't be reading. I just put words in its place.
All right, guys.
Look at my colors. I love my colors. That's a big ass fucking truck.
Okay.
Shocking new details. Spin it.
Ay, ay, ay. Hold on, everybody.
I want to see a mountain lion.
Hold on.
Holding. Holding.
Ay, ay, ay. What the hell, man? I'm all. Be quiet there, mister. Okay. Okay. Where is this one coming from?
It turns out that while SLED bypassed local authorities to rush her remains 100 miles away to top state specialists, pathologists slicing her heart tissue found cellular markers of extreme adrenaline flooding that only happens during moments of absolute.
I'm going to start it over
Did
because
someone purposefully trapped.
There you
Hello
go.
to all my wonderful true crime family members out there. Hearing what just broke in the
Hey, see if you can turn the volume up on the video.
with disbelief. We all thought we knew the facts when officials confirmed her body was recovered in those isolated woods with absolutely
There you go.
no external injuries, no bruises, and not a
Perfect.
single visible mark on her skin. But an explosive, unsealed forensic report has just shattered this entire
You see
case
that?
wide open, revealing that the person responsible never even needed a conventional weapon because they systematically exploited Elena's known pre-existing heart vulnerability to let her own body destroy itself. It turns out that while SLED bypassed local authorities to rush her remains 100 miles away to top state specialists, pathologists slicing her heart tissue found cellular markers of extreme localized adrenaline flooding that only happens during moments of absolute terror. Did someone purposefully trap her in those dark woods, knowing the acute psychological shock would trigger a fatal cardiac collapse without leaving a trace? It makes you wonder how deep this calculated betrayal truly goes. And if you want to make sure this innocent woman gets the answer she deserves, please take 1 second to subscribe, hit that like button, and share your raw thoughts in the comments below. The specialized laboratory slides are sitting under the microscope right now, exposing the final cellular truth of what she faced in those last terrifying minutes before everything went silent. Now, let's uncover what really happened. The state police just took a step so drastic that it changed everything we thought we knew about this tragedy. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, known as SLED, completely bypassed local county authorities and rushed Elena Moore's body over 100 miles away to Charleston. Why would the state's top criminal agency handle this themselves instead of using the local coroner? When SLED takes control like this, it means they suspect a high-level crime that local teams just cannot handle. They brought in elite pathologists at MUSC who specialize in induced deaths. These experts look for invisible cellular chemical signatures that a killer thinks they can hide. It makes you feel sick to your stomach when you realize what this implies. Think about it. If someone knew Elena had a pre-existing heart vulnerability, they would not need a conventional weapon like a knife or a gun. They could simply use psychological terror to push her fragile system past its threshold and let her own body do the rest. But who would have that specific information? This is where the local investigation takes a very strange and frustrating turn. Residents suddenly noticed that the Lexington Police Department edited a public social media update to show they found a major new piece of evidence, but then they completely deleted the post and called it a false lead. Why the sudden cover-up? This inconsistent communication has left the community absolutely furious and deeply distrustful of how this case is being managed. People are refusing to accept these flat answers because the official timeline does not align with actual human behavior. Just look at Elena's final movements on that fateful Wednesday evening. She walked right into a local gym, went straight to the locker room, and took a shower. But here is the bizarre part. She never worked out. She left her car behind, walked out onto Old Cherokee Road alone, and was last seen on camera at 9:17 p.m. heading straight toward a dark, isolated tree line. But what she did right before entering that gym is an even bigger betrayal. What Elena did.
So, yeah. So she definitely had apparently a heart issue. And I wonder if, in fact, even possibly, remember when we talked about the Molly?
Yep.
Causing her to have that, possibly have that hallucinogen, high anxiety, her heart starts beating faster. That's what that Molly does. And I wonder if that was just like somebody, and I don't know, this is just speculation, but somebody putting it in her drink or something, and over the period of that day when she got out, she just spiraled out till her body couldn't take it. It's possible.
Oh yeah, it's definitely.
Do I think that one's so strange because they haven't released that toxicology report.
Nope.
And because of that reason, it makes it so difficult to find out what was in her system. But they're going to be able to tell what was in her system, if anything. And it may be on amongst some medication that she had, because she did go to that CVX, drugstore.
Yeah.
When Cap took her there, right? So, I mean, did she just say, "I'm done"? It's just such a sad case, and I don't know what the husband's role, if any, involved. I don't know what's going on other than, obviously there's just so much information in all these cases. There's so much information, but yet there's not one thing that you need that's being released. That one little nugget, that one little thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that bothers me. That really does. But I do know that when they're that close, that's why they're not releasing it. That's because they're that close and they can't take that chance, and they won't. Until you see it on that news. Breaking news once again. So yeah. There was a little bit of news also made in the 16 kid case. Nothing really like over and above, but just the idea that now it's been that way, that they want her to now be released on OR as well, and
Yep.
I don't know if that's going to happen, to be honest. There were some things that even that Jennifer Coppendorfer from her show,
Yep.
she was talking about some things that there's still got to be some accountabilities. I mean, she is a victim, being Elizabeth. She is a victim, but she also had choices to make, and those decisions that she made, it's like you are a victim, but then again, you also had opportunities to make different decisions, and you didn't make them. You didn't make the right ones, and so therefore there has to be some type of accountability. So I don't know how that's going to unfold either, to be honest.
No, not at all.
I looked up the Savannah case up in Carlsbad. Once again, same thing, waiting for the toxicology report. They're talking a little bit more, but nothing about, like, there's still no suspect other than the guy that was there, but there's nothing new on that.
That's the California one?
That's the one in Carlsbad, California.
Okay, yep.
And she was found, unclothed, unalive in the shallow water. Now it was interesting because when they described the guy on that one I was watching today, the guy that actually they came across, and he said that they said that the hiker said that he was shaking and distraught and cold, and he seemed like he was really nervous and stuff. So it makes it seem like, sounds a lot like maybe somebody who just went through something, I mean, it doesn't seem like just somebody who saw something, although that's what he said. But I mean, it also could be somebody that, like, emotions got the best of them. So I don't know. I'm not saying, and they didn't release any names or anything, so there's no names to give out.
What was his deal, anyways?
So he was walking with her. They don't know if he came with her or he met her there, and he asked if he could hike with her. And I don't know. She said, according to the thing, they said, according to him, that she said, yeah. I don't know if he said or she said, just keep up with me or not, or that type of thing. But they started going ahead and going through the trail together, and then they got to a certain point, and he told the hikers, when they asked him that what happened, he said that he went up, he went to the restroom to use the restroom and to clean up, and she went to the river down the stream, the little river, to wash herself off from the hike. And then the next time he saw her, and that was like at 10 something in the morning, and then the next time he saw her, she was laying there in the water, unclothed, unalive.
Up the trail again?
Down the river a little bit. There was a little river bend by the
end where you go.
You know what I'm saying? So she went there while he went to the restroom. She went to the river. Right, they're pretty close by.
Yeah.
She went ahead and just started cleaning herself, probably all the sweat and everything, that type of thing. And then when he came out, he came down to where she was supposed to be at, and he saw her unalive, laying in the water, shallow water, nude, naked, without clothes, unclothed.
Sounds suspicious to me.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
For the guy, hey, can I hike with you? Sure.
Right.
Bang, bang.
Then of course, the old thing was the old crazy thing was, and this is gonna blow your mind, but RN only lived 70 miles from there. 70 miles. He lived in West Watsonville, California, 70 miles from that location. Not saying, he did anything. I'm just saying the idea that how ironic that is. He was so close. But,
Yeah.
this guy, they didn't say his name. They didn't say who he was. They didn't say.
Oh, they didn't.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, it's just, but he has to be a person of interest. But what's happening, everything is so stagnant that I guess the family is getting frustrated because they're not seeing any movement. They're not seeing anything happen. So they're like, what the hell? Like, come on,
Right.
And I don't blame them. I mean, I'm like, hey, they got the autopsy, but they're not releasing it.
Oh, they didn't even say the cause of death?
No, nothing. They're waiting for the toxicology report, but they haven't said anything. They said the only thing they said was the one hiker said it looked like she had the strangulation marks.
Oh.
They were quick to say, Rosa, the sheriff, was quick to say, no, that was just insects that had basically, when she was in the water, right? That they just apparently made that track.
I'm sorry, she said they were incense?
Insects, like little bugs.
No.
Ants.
Like a necklace? No, I don't think so.
Not all the way around, but so.
Just a little bit.
What I'm gathering is she's laying face down, right, in the water. So if something bites her, that's going to go all the way to the water, probably.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or close to the water line. The kid said it looked like it was the kid. I say the kid. The guy who found her said it looked like a strangulation mark. But the sheriff was quick to say, no, that wasn't a strangulation. Those were insect bites around her neck. I don't know how quick they were able to distinguish that, but it's just the idea, like.
What county is that?
Monterey.
I'll check later. I'm going to call the coroner tomorrow.
Monterey, I think. Monterey something.
Oh.
Yeah, it's up there. And they said the weather was kind of not the greatest. They took them literally a day to get her out of there because they couldn't get it was too steep, and they had to get they had to call in a helo to come in.
Really?
Yeah, they had to call in one of the Highway Patrol helos came in, and they were finally able to get her out. That's why it took almost a day before they even could look at anything. So it was just in a bad spot. So they had to put the little cage down and do all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I don't know, man. It seems like things are becoming more lesser of information that we're receiving.
I wonder why.
And I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know if it's because people want to cover their ass. They don't want to make a mistake. They don't want to say the wrong thing unless you're nano. Unless you're nano, everything you say is wrong. So it's like, man, it was very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Definitely odd. But I mean, I don't know. You're looking at this lady in a secluded hiking place, and you have a guy who just happened to show up and say, "Hey, can I hike with you?"
Right. Oh, he called her her friend. That's what he referred to as her friend.
Okay.
But didn't say anything like how they met up there or how he introduced her. I mean, that's like I seen her walk her inside the house, friend,
yeah.
She's a friend. Well, did she become a friend just a second when you first arrived here and you saw her and you guys talked? or was, you know what I mean?
And they'll never have any way of knowing
No,
because she's unalive. So he could say that as a alibi. Oh, we were friends. I mean, you have to prove that now? Like, if like the day he called obviously and found her that day or whatever. But when how do you know her? Oh, we were friends. Okay. Do you have to prove it?
I mean,
Now?
I would assume you would have to say, okay, so how did you guys become friends? How long have you known her? Oh, I just met her. Wait, you said she's your friend. Yeah, I got here and then we started talking and I asked her if I could join her in her thing. So she was
That's not a friend.
But you follow me?
Yeah.
That's the way it seemed like to me. Now, the
Okay.
other thing interesting with that case is they also said the one of the hikers said that when the park rangers got up her and they turned her around, when they turned her body around, that she had a gash on her head. Okay, a bleeding gash.
Yeah. I could understand falling into the water, but she didn't fall in and then her clothes fell off. So
Exactly. So a gash to her head. Now I don't think they ever, if I recall right, I don't think they ever disputed that. The only thing they disputed was the strangulation aspect, of what the marks were around her neck. But I don't remember if they ever said, oh, and that gash there wasn't there either. Well, how can it not be there if you fucking seen it, How can it not be there?
maybe the person hit her in the head with the rock or something.
No, that's exactly what I told when I first did the coverage on it. That's what I told the channel, the stream. I told them, I said, I could see someone hitting her with the rock that causes the gas that knocks her out, and then
Cold.
yeah, and then the rest is history.
You dump that rock in the water or you throw it into that stream.
Exactly.
Whether it moves or not, it's washing off everything because it's fresh. So that's gone. And how you going to pick a rock out of 10,000 rocks? You're not.
And the thing about it is, they didn't talk about like the interview process. Did they talk to? Did they talk to him? Did they? Yeah, we interviewed him and stuff. Okay, did you interview him? What? I mean, is there a? I guess for me, when I hear people say, "Oh, they interviewed," I'm thinking they brought him to the station. They sat down and they asked him all these questions about, are you willing to take a polygraph? Can you, this, that, and the other, the whole 9 yards. And what his response is, no, I'm not taking no polygraph. Okay, why? What are you afraid of? Right. How did it happen? Because at first they're going to establish the pattern of what they saw and how they saw it, right? Because you got to remember, he wasn't the one that called. It was the hikers who called. So he saw her first. And yes, he saw her first.
I thought he called.
No, he saw her first. Once he saw her that she was the way she was, it doesn't say anything about him going into the water or nothing. It says that he saw her, she was unresponsive, she was unalive, and that's it. And then when the hikers came up, they saw him like kind of like a little bit away from her, but sitting down. And they said he looked like he was in shock, like he was in panic, like he was in shock. And so at that point, they went ahead and called the 911 or whatever the hell the line is over there. They called for assistance, but it wasn't him. So the question then for me becomes, well, how long did you let her sit there? Did you try to do CPR? Did you try, what I'm saying? Did you try anything? Did you even check for a pulse? Did you even get in the water? But
sounds a little fishy.
It sounds big time fishy because it doesn't give any details as to other than the hiker saying when we walked up there, we saw her and we were like they were like, oh shit, and then they didn't even say what they done, like if they went and checked pulse or not. The story didn't say anything about that. And then they said, and then we ran into a guy that was sitting down up the hill, and we asked him what happened, and he said that he came out of the restroom, came down, saw her, she was unalive, blah blah blah. But he never called. Now I don't know if he had a phone or not. I have no freaking clue. I'm not sure. I'm sure everybody's going to have a phone with them just in case you get a signal. But the hikers had a phone with them because they're the ones that called. So he never.
That sounds
called.
a little odd. So when they separate, so when they got to the bottom or wherever they were done, he went to the men's room. She went down to the lake.
Yeah, she went down to the river stream.
So this is all in the same day, in the same hour?
Same day, same. See, that's the thing. In the same. When I did this, as far as reading everything and looking at everything, he said we were going up. I then went to the restroom. She went to the riverbed to wash herself off, to clean herself up, is what he said.
Doesn't make sense right there.
Well, but he said, because at first the very first thing he said is, I went to the restroom and she went to wash off in the riverbed to wash herself off, and we got separated. Well, you didn't get separated. You knew where she was at.
And you're in the men's room.
You're in the men's room, and she's down right there in wherever the little river stream's at.
So he's in the men's room. She's at the stream. He
comes out,
hit in the head with a rock. Somebody takes her clothes off. For what reason? I only have one thought.
Right.
So we're not talking 5 minutes.
Right.
Where were you? Were you in the men's room the entire time, my guy?
Exactly.
And you didn't hear her yell or something? Or if she was able to yell?
Exactly.
But yeah, something's way off there. That just doesn't make sense.
And that's what I noticed at the very beginning. Is that he didn't say, and then he said, we ended up separating. And then when I came back out of the restroom, I saw her in the riverbed face down, unclothed or naked or whatever he said. He said nude. And so I'm like, holy shit, like, okay, well, what the hell, like.
That makes no sense to me.
And so then that's when the other hikers, a few minutes later, they're coming up the hill. They were fishing. They were on a 2-day fishing little adventure. And there was a group of them, and they came up, and they saw the body there. And they were like, what? And so they did whatever they did. And then they looked over, and they see him sitting there.
I need 1 minute.
And they said he was very, very, in shock. You know what I mean? Thank you, Josiah. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. So that's what the case is going on that one. So there's a lot of cases that we're covering, hoping to wait for the toxicology report and the autopsy from Savannah Shields from Carlsbad, California. Okay, from Helena Moore from South Carolina, waiting for the toxicology report on that one. From obviously Nancy Gutherie, waiting for the information on the DNA, whether it's a match or not. Also from the Spencer Tepe and Monique Tepe from Columbus, Ohio. We're waiting for the trial of that one to happen in Columbus, Ohio, the unaliving. Then, of course, you got the 16 kids that were rescued, by the sheriff's department. And then that one, we're waiting to see when that goes to trial up there in Hamden, Ohio, down south about 70 to 80 miles west of Columbus. South of Columbus. So there's a lot of cases we're covering, everybody.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So when the police get to the girl,
Mhm.
to this guy, oh, we were friends. We were walking. I was in the men's room. She was down by the river. I went to the bathroom. I come out. She was dead, nude, head cut open, all that stuff. Can they can they take this guy in and like, hey, dude, can you give us a DNA sample or something? Can they do all that, or does he have to be arrested
Well,
and
he has to be arrested, and they have to have a probable cause that he committed the crime, or they think he committed the crime. So, to answer that question, no. However, they could say, "Hey, we need you to come to the station since you were the first one to see her and you were with her. You were the last one to see her alive. We need you to come to the station so that we can do a. We need to get a statement from you." They wouldn't do it there; they'll do it at the station, and then they'll go ahead and talk to him and interview him right there to get his statement because it's fresh on his mind. Now, in that process of that interview, that's the part that we don't know what they asked. Did they ask him, "Hey, would you be willing to give us do a polygraph?" Or it sounds like it's too soon, but in the same token, you're not necessarily looking at him like he did it, but he is your number one suspect because he's the only one that's there, or he's a very well person of interest because he was the last one to see her alive.
yeah, and you
It
were,
was her friend,
even if you were 50 feet from her,
right?
you're in a bathroom, dude. How long?
Yeah,
How long were you in?
that's why in my mind I couldn't understand why they weren't given no information. And then when you go look at this case and you look at it, it'll tell you, it'll say, not much information is given. And the only reason we got the information, or I got the information from the guys coming up the trails, because at first they just said some hikers seen her and then talked to the friend that was with her. Now, the only way I got their names is because later they went to the press later on here recently and told the press what they saw. So then they released the names of the two guys that actually did talking to the police and told them what they saw. You know what I mean?
What's her name?
Her name is Johanna Ruth Shields. Johanna Ruth Shields.
I think that's why a lot of people get away with things too, because you can't connect them at the beginning and you have to let them walk away. And then they just flee. You know what I mean? They're gone.
Yeah, there's just no information that was gathered. There was just nothing that they gave. But would they have called? Would they have said you need to come with us so we can take a statement? Yes, because there was no way they were going to do it right there. So they could have said, "Yeah, we need you to come with us just to take a statement, and we can get you. You can call whoever you need to get a ride home or whatever." Because they never said if he drove or rode his bike or walked. They never said if Joanna, if she rode or drove her car or walked. They never said anything about that. And I looked and there was nothing mentioned. So the idea is that they could have said, "We need you to come to the station and get a statement from you." And once he's at the station, then they would go ahead and ask him these questions. He's not under arrest or anything because they don't have any evidence that he did anything other than he said the odd things that she was my friend. We were friends. She was my friend. We went to the trail. We met there. We went to the trail and, towards up to the point where the restroom was, she went to wash herself off in the river stream and clean herself off. And I went to the restroom. And when I came back out, they don't even give any timestamps like, okay, were you gone for like 20 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes? nothing. It just says she came out. He started going down the where she would have been. He noticed she's laying in the water, unclothed, and she's unalive.
Yeah.
Just makes no sense. But to me, it makes all the sense that he's the number one person of interest.
He is for me.
You know, I mean, there's no one else there. You know, now I'm not saying he did it, but I'm saying he's definitely the number one person of interest. And if I'm handling that case, I'm taking him to the station, and we're going to have a sit down, and I'm going to get a statement from him, trying to calm his nerves and get a statement because it's all fresh in his mind. And then I may ask him some questions, you know, if he wants to give any voluntary questions. And if he says, well, yeah, I'll answer whatever, anything to help out, and he starts to answer questions, you follow me? Then you can go from that in that direction. But you're still not going to be able to say if he had anything to do with it because, hell, they didn't get her body out till almost the next day because it was such in a weird area that they couldn't. It's not like they could drive a truck down there. You know, they couldn't. It wasn't like you could drive a vehicle down there. So they had to get a helicopter come in, and then go ahead and send the case down and do all that stuff. And then you still have to process the crime scene, right?
Yeah.
So
Or whatever you can.
Whatever you can find, you know. Did they swab him? Did they check under his fingernails? Man, there's just so many things, and there's just so many unknowns that it's almost impossible to get a conclusion on what the hell happened. But that's why I got that case at the very beginning.
What I can't get rid of you're in the men's room.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the water. You're the only one there. You ain't hear nothing. How long were you in the bathroom? What were you, it just.
And that would come out in his statement. So when they would take him in there, they would say, we need to know from the beginning you got here to when you talked to her, to what was said, how did you know her, and then tell us the whole way through to the point when you noticed she was in the water. And what did you do at that point? And so he's going to have to write out a statement saying all of that information, okay? And then at the end of that, he's going to sign it. He's going to give it to them. And at that point, now they may ask him questions like, so you're saying that you came down and this and that? Yes, sir, this, that, and the other. The problem is we don't know exactly what questions were asked. So for us, it's like we're looking at it going, God, did they ask the right questions? God, I hope they asked the right questions. You know, of course, they know their job, so that you would assume they're going to ask the right questions. And then it becomes, they can't arrest them on anything because they don't have any evidence. No one's seen anything. So they got to wait to do all these tests and get all that information back before they can actually go back to him with whatever address he put on his paperwork to go locate him and then, go from there. If it does show that she was, and I'm not saying she was, but I'm saying if it does show that those weren't ant bites, those were this, that, or the other, that's one thing. If they do show that she had a trauma struck to the head with a rock, then they're going to have to take all those pictures before they move her to get an idea of where was her body, how was it laying, was the hit of the head of the rock, was it in the backside? Then how does she go ahead and fall forward into the water? Why is it in the back? You know what I'm saying? Or if it was in the front, did she hit the rock? There's so many stuff that has to be done, and you just don't know because it was bad weather during that time. You just don't know how in the hell did they process this.
I didn't read it. Do you remember, was she face down?
Face down. Face down.
Okay, good. Well, I did know that. Idiot.
Face down.
The report that I just read said the fireman picked her up out of the water and saw the gash on her head.
Right.
So I'm going to say it's more in the front, but who knows?
But then he would have to remember, because it's a crime scene, even though it's in the water, you're going to have to look to see if there's anything, like if she's, once again, is she floating? Okay, she's floating, right? Let's say she's floating. It's in shallow water, right? It's in shallow water. She's floating. So is there a rock right under her, literally, or close by her that she could have hit? You know
Right.
what I mean?
Did somebody push her into the water, drop on her head? You know, Doug, it was both the ranger people, the park ranger dudes, and then the regular police came.
That is correct. Correct.
And the fire department.
So it's just crazy when you think about it, because like I said, that was one of the first cases that I caught from day one. I say day one, maybe day two, when they announced it, what happened to her, and I got it off GMA from the very morning when I watched the news.
Yep. So
there's just a lot of things like that, man, and I hate not having. For me, it's hard, because being in law enforcement, for me, I know in my mind what I would have done. I just don't know what they would have done. Right? You can never know what the other person's doing. You know? So in your mind, you can play it in your head and you can say, yeah, they did that. Well, you really don't know. No. You know? So then it becomes a guessing game, and now you're just waiting for the freaking reports to come back to see what happened.
I'm just reading because it's.
No, you're good. Josiah says exactly, L. When do we learn you don't run a trail by yourself? When do we learn not staying? We should have to be too, but because of the world we live in, we need to watch our six, right? Bring a friend. Well said, Josiah. Tushi.
But you know, and this is something I always say. I understand, but in this country, we should be able to walk on a trail by our lonesome. We should be able to run on a trail, hike, whatever. We shouldn't have to worry about this shit. That's what aggravates me the most. And I understand what you're saying. Yeah, you don't walk by yourself. You don't walk alone at night in some places, but you should be able to walk alone anywhere at any time, night, day, morning, whatever. If anybody knows a place that we can do that, please let me know. I'll move.
Yeah, right. Doug says, being unclothed leads me to think a SA motivation would be present. No fluids found on or near the body. Maybe the clothes are her clothes. My dog, she is pulling me, laughing out loud, says Holly. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much there. You just, like I said, there's really nothing there other than you have a guy who's your person of interest. You have two people who were hikers actually there was more than two people, but two people that actually saw her first that were hikers. They were on this little like camp thing for fishing. And they were coming up, and I don't know if they were coming up to use the restroom or not, but they were coming up and they saw her in the water, you know. So you have people, you have a person that says he was with her until he wasn't, and then when he did see her, she was in the water unclothed, you know.
So according to the county coroner, the marks were not a result of foul play or strangulation.
Correct.
As some might have believed. And that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, no. In this particular case, the person tragically had injuries that were consistent with injuries that would be caused by insects, like you said.
Right.
So in this case, we're not looking at what the hikers believed it was. We're looking at markings that were a result of insects, said Sheriff's Office spokesman Andres Rojas.
Right, Andres Rojas.
Yeah.
But what about the head trauma? Because they said that when the guy turned her over, she had a gash on her head.
I'm just reading down through. They said that pending toxology report, which could be another 6 to 8 weeks. And this was on April 17th.
A while ago.
So April,
Anytime
May,
now.
June, we should be back.
Yeah.
Unless they found something in the, unless they found something in the original autopsy. We're just waiting for the final toxology, and then maybe they're putting a case together. I mean, Jesus Christ, you're looking what? So April 17th, May 17th, 4 weeks. June 17th, we're looking at 8 weeks. Now we're looking at almost,
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I've been watching this sucker, waiting for this information, and kind of like with Elena Moore, same thing, waiting for that information to come out, and crickets.
I'm curious.
Good kid. This girl was a good kid. Like, her family they were from Carlsbad, California.
Yeah.
The mom and dad owned a little coffee shop. Good kid. Everybody talked about. I say good kid. She was older.
37.
Everybody talked about her. She was a skateboarder. She worked for Evolve, which is a skateboard type of company.
Mm-hmm.
She did a lot of their stuff as far as promotion wise. She has if you look at her Instagram, she had a big ass bunch of videos of her going down the big hills and everything.
Mm-hmm. She was the brand ambassador for the e-bike.
For the e-bike.
I know, right? It all comes back to the e-bike.
So it's just the idea that how does that happen? And there's no there there. It's beyond me.
There's only two things here that I can say about how she was found. One, she was hit in the head with a rock and essayed, and that's why she was nude. Or, far-fetched. Did she undress to take a dip in the water to clean off and slipped and fell and hit her head?
So here's one of my theories, okay? This is the only theory I'll throw out there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
She's an athletic person. She's a hiker. She's into the outdoorsy person.
Yep.
She goes into the water to clean herself off. She takes her clothes off because she's not shy about being out there because that's her neck of the woods, if you will. Mm-hmm. She takes her shirt off. She wrings it in the water, maybe throws it at the edge. Now, they would have said they would have found this clothes, but here's the thing. They throw it at the edge. She does that to her T-shirt, does that to her shorts. Anything that she had clothes on, she does that, wrings it out, throws it. Numbnuts comes from down the hill or down from the restroom, comes down the hill and is kind of
numbnuts
looking at her, right? He's looking at her. They tend to cross eye contact. She then says, hey, what are you doing? And he says, oh, I was just done. I was just seeing where you were at. And then she says, come on in. It's water's awesome. Come on in. And so he jumps in the water. He goes, and she's obviously undressed. All of a sudden, that chemistry type deal. He wants to give her a peck on the cheek, and she's like, oh, no, wait a minute. I like you, but not like that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like you, but not like that. Next thing you know, she turns around. He picks up a rock and goes kapow because he's been rejected. She's already unclothed. Now he's freaked out because he let his emotions take over. Makes pretty damn sense, right?
Yeah.
That was one of my theories that could have been something that could have happened, and it makes reasonable sense. He then, hey, wake up, and she's not waking up. He then gets out of the water, goes and sits down up on the
panic,
panic,
shaken up.
All of a sudden, the group of hikers come up. they see this girl and they're like, what the hell? And they're over here like, oh my God, we got to call this and that and the other. And next thing you know, they look at him and see him and they're like, hey, what happened here? I don't know. It's just, I weighed him down and she was, you follow me? And next thing you know, perfect case right there.
And I read 3 articles from 3 different news places, and not one of them, they mentioned that she was new, but not one of them mentioned her clothes. Were they found there near her?
Yes.
Are they missing?
Exactly. Where were they? Were they together? Were they put were they put over a rock or something, like you would think somebody would do?
Right. To dry off.
Because people and I've known people like this before, that when they're like athletic or they're like the outdoors people, man, they'll go in the water, they'll undress, they'll go ahead and do their thing, because it's not a big deal to them. No. Kind of like that tomboyish thing, if you will, and maybe that stuff wasn't a big deal to her, and something like this happened. Or maybe somebody else came by, saw her doing that and said, oh God, what the hell, But I just can't imagine he stayed in the restroom for that long of time to literally for all this to happen and then come out. What the fuck do you do, dude? You have a massive diarrhea?
Right.
What the hell?
Be in 15, 20 minutes? Yeah, that's the one thing. It's just dude, you're right there. Exactly. What were you? Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense.
So I'm thinking, I'm going with, just my opinion, I'm going with he is the person of interest, and eventually it will probably come down to him if they can put all the details together and what statements and everything from him, what the hiker saw as far as her, and then maybe they get a piece of evidence off the clothing of hers, maybe not, I don't know, but if they're able to piece it together, my money's gonna be on him.
Yeah,
I'll just say it like that. My money's gonna be that he's the one,
because
nothing else makes sense.
No, and I'm sure it's a busy place for hikers and stuff.
Very well known. A lot of hikers go up there,
and
very challenging.
What time did they say? 10:34.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they found her in the morning, but I don't know. It's just odd, just very odd. Body found April 13th in Ventana Wilderness. Is that the same thing? Yeah. Okay. One people call it the mountain name. The other one calls it Ventana.
Exactly.
It's all.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm thinking that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be, something like that. Yeah. If I was a betting person, and I am, that would be exactly what probably something in that realm. He's, in my opinion, he's a person of interest, and obviously they got to definitely, and I know they probably already talked to him, and I know they're waiting to see what the reports say.
They're watching him too, so
and they're watching him like a hawk. Absolutely. So I don't think. I think at the end of the day, you're going to see something like. And he could have been a stalker. She had her own Instagram where she had a lot of followers. So
yeah, she was big time.
He could have been talking. He could have been watching her. Could have been very. He could have. She might have put in her thing that she was going to that mountain in her social media.
Yeah.
That she was going to go hiking, and so he goes there, sees her there, says, "Hey, can I come with you? Can I? You can keep up." And then she goes, and he goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can they call in the FBI?
No, because it's a state.
Police. The police can ask, right? They can say, "Hey, we need your help." Yeah.
Yes, they can. They can ask.
I wonder if they asked.
That I do not know, but
I didn't see anything about that.
I didn't see anything either. So that's what makes for me this case so intriguing. I mean, really intriguing, because there's not a lot, but yet there is some, how else could it have been?
The guy that she worked with, the manager at Evolve Skateboards, Brandon DeVerodi.
Right.
He said that she was extremely friendly with everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, she was just a good kid, man. Good.
That could be that could be a problem too, though. You can't be. Yeah. That if you're friendly with everybody, you're like, oh yeah, sure, come on, hang out. You got to be careful. You don't know who you're inviting.
Yeah.
Like if that guy did say, oh hey, can I hike with you today? I'm gonna be like, absolutely not. I don't know you. I'm not here. You ain't hiking with me. Hell no.
Get out of here, you creeper.
Yeah, I mean.
I mean, he could have seen on her social media because she would have said, yeah, going hiking today.
Going hiking here.
He's been watching her, been knowing her movements. Like I said, it could have been a stalker, as Doug points out.
Did they give out his name? You said no, right?
No,
that's,
no name.
That's odd. They gave out the hikers' names.
Well, they didn't give out the hikers' name. The hikers went to the media and talked to the media. So once they talked to the media put it out. The police didn't give her their names.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I just saw all that, but that's just like, I guess it's because they don't know anything, but still.
Doug says, need victimology. Was there a jilted lover or obsessed stalker? I even looked up, did she have a boyfriend? It said no, she didn't have a boyfriend. And then at somewhere she had a good friend, but it wasn't like a boyfriend.
Yeah, I saw him. I was just reading his statement.
Yeah. Then I even looked in to see if there was any maybe somebody was threatening her. Was there any reports on her that she had made? And they said no reports were ever made of anybody. Just the normal police thing. And I didn't see anything. Nothing, zero. So,
that doesn't make sense.
But it's a damn good case.
Yeah,
it's really intriguing, man. And I wouldn't say she's was a well-known person, but she was well-known in that area of Carlsbad. I mean, a lot of people, like I said, gave her a lot of props in like I said, when you read some of the stuff people wrote about her, she definitely touched a lot of people, literally. So,
he is not anywhere.
Yeah, nowhere.
That's odd, though. That's like usually when even if it's legit, right? You always have a name,
right?
Always,
I wonder if we could foil that information.
I don't know. It depends if the case is.
Well, it's still being investigated, so probably not because they'll say it's under investigation. But
right.
I mean, my God,
it's just that's an odd one. Like, look at everything that we are. I think touching on right now. Nancy, what's his face, and this one, these three.
Yeah.
No clues, no nothing.
Nothing, zero.
And the longest one yet is Nancy.
And you know what kills me, what really bothers me the most is in that case from Carlsbad, the sheriff was quick to say, citizens should not be worried. There's no this is not a what you say basically you have to worry about this happening again. This is not.
How do they know?
Well, that's my point. And I was like, and I remember telling the chat that when I first did this thing a while back, I remember telling them, I said, it's how dumb do people how dumb can these people be to say that, like the sheriff to say, oh yeah, there's no worries, everybody, everything is safe. This is a safe place and blah, 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 blah. Really? You just had somebody that's been on the live. You can't say why. And you're going to tell the people, no worries here. Just keep coming down back here, Never understood that.
There's got to be some type of I don't know what the right word is, but there's got to be some type of a process that you look at and say, all right, the public doesn't need to be worried, but the public does need to be.
Right.
And what is that process? Because I've heard that a zillion times, like when they had the UFC at the White House, last month,
Mm-hmm.
there was a plot to shoot people there. I don't know if you heard that. They thwarted it though.
The what now?
They got at the White House when they had the UFC.
Oh,
there was
yeah.
a terror attack.
Yeah. The guy was from
And they
Ohio,
arrested
actually.
him.
Yeah.
The first guy that they arrested, what they took into custody, that question was brought up, and they were like, do we have anything else to worry about? And they were like, well, at this time, it doesn't seem like it. It seems like everything should be good. Well, not too long later, they arrested another 7 people. Right?
With lots of weapons.
Yeah, like carloads of weapons that they stole. The people that were plotting the terrorist attack, they stole those guns from somebody else.
Yes.
So it's like, how can you say that? So I'm curious to see what they deem safe and not safe. What is the standard of how that works?
No doubt, Doug. I would do all those things you just said, AirTag, phone, just in case. Absolutely. Josiah says, like you said, Devil Dog, they know who it is, just need more info or the body. They must have the person tracked 24/7. That's a lot of manpower. Yeah, no doubt. And that's a good point, Josiah. You may be exactly right. I'm sure that's exactly what they're doing, waiting for him to make a wrong move. But to know that it's taken this long for that information to come back, man, that's just really that's not good.
The 6 to 8 weeks for the toxicology report that's a long time.
Well, we'll keep on these cases. We'll keep on them, and hopefully, sooner or later, some of these informations will come out, and they'll talk about, what we have. I mean,
yeah,
that's all we can do, man, is bring it out to light. Shed some light, and hopefully somebody is. Hope somebody's appreciating the fact that there is people out there that really do care.
And that's the thing, I mean, that's the truth is, like, there are people out there, and, and that's why, Nancy, everybody's talking about that. I mean, you can't forget about that. But there's a lot more, and we're on top of the ones that we can be on top of right now. Oh, God, am I tired? I still have to go. I'm so tired. It's very tiring, people in the chat. It's very tiring when you work for Doug. It's like, wow.
No,
so I have to look stuff up from 11 p.m. till 5 a.m. and then I can sleep from 5 till about 8:30, 8:45 until he comes on, and then do the whole damn show. And then after that, I get to have a quick bite to eat.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I have to look up more stuff until 4:30 until he comes on. It's brutal, and it doesn't end. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, it doesn't. I got to work Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving. It's brutal, unbelievable. What are you gonna do though?
Well, you just keep pounding the pavement, and I'll try to control the yelling.
Yeah, get that under control.
I feel the family knows something. And wasn't there a ransom note? What was that deal with that? Oh, God. You know what? We'll talk about it tomorrow, Josiah, but it's basically, it's a long story, bud. And yeah, we're towards the end, everybody. But I will definitely be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. and 5 p.m.
10. 10.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Tomorrow we will be
See?
here at 10 p.m. Let's
10
talk with
a.m. 10.
Chris.
Let me do this. So, guys, Doug's he's a little tired. Doug's tired right now. He's a little malnourished. He needs a milk pancakes ASAP, please. Stat. We'll be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. That would be in the morning, a.m. And then he will be on at 5 p.m. to speak about, I have no idea what, but he'll be there. And, I'll probably tag right along to bother him. But that's the times. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. It'll be us again. Once again, sorry, you people will be stuck with us again. And then that's how it is. So thank you for joining us this evening. It's been a pleasure.
Everybody, all the new people and the new ones who have subscribed, just make sure you go ahead and look up Let's Talk with Chris. That's his channel. Chris's channel is Let's Talk with Chris. Make sure you guys subscribe to him. Very good guy, and we do
Most
a lot
definitely.
of things together. So I would recommend you guys signing up with him as well.
Yes, definitely. If YouTube ever lets me talk again, ever. So, but yeah, it'll be fun. So,
all right, everybody.
Thank you.
God bless you all. Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate all of you, even the ones that hung out till the very end. And hopefully tomorrow it'll be another
wonderful, phenomenal, playful, funny, talking, cheek hurting, everything. It's going to be amazing. This is what we do.
This is it, man. This is how we roll. So good to have all of you. Josiah, good to see you. And thank you again for your service. Appreciate you and all the veterans out there. And just want to say thank you guys. God bless you. Remember, it's all common sense. Everything is really common sense. And you all have that common sense. Simplify, everybody.
Simplify.
We'll see you later.
I'll text you your homework in a little bit.
You got it.
All right.
Simplify, everybody. One. God bless. See you all later.
Bye.
You got it. You got it. Thanks, Norma. Thanks, Elle. Thanks, AJ. Thanks, Holly. Thank you so much for being here. I know it was kind of long. Marianne. Chris, don't let dog yell at you much. Oh, gosh. Thank you all, guys. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much. Everyone who's contributed and help out the channel, help it grow, pass it down, share it to your people that you know. And without a doubt, God bless you all. Simplify, everybody.